Coming to you live tonight from Central York High School, it's Sports Shooting Stars with Todd Edwards and my co-host, Dew Jones, here on an absolutely magnificent night for Friday Night Football here. Game time temperature is going to settle in at about 66 degrees, and I can tell you what, Dew, it feels a little warmer on the field as I was on the field for warm-ups earlier, and just an absolutely magnificent night for football. And I'll tell you what, behind us here in the broadcast booth, a long ticket line as fans, a late arriving crowd to tonight's game. But I hope those that are watching in the comfort of their own home have their bottled water and popcorn and ready to go with Week 3 action between the Hempfield Black Knights and the Central York Panthers. Do.
Yeah, it should be a really good game tonight. Lancaster foe coming into York County to go against Central York. Central York is ranked in the state, and also this is their first home game since last year, where they Central York were the District 3 champions, and also made it all the way to the state championship, where they ran into St. Joe's, the powerhouse prep school, who kind of put a beating on Central York, but they showed a lot of class and a lot of dignity when they went up there and played at Hershey Park.
No doubt about it. The sweetest place on earth, Hershey Park Stadium, and I'm sure this team's hoping to replicate that performance this year. But first things first, the Black Knights of Hempfield, as they make their way onto the field here at Central York, much to the chagrin of the student section of Central York High School, not too happy to see the Black Knights in their white jersey tops make their way on the field tonight. It looks like a small contingent of Hempfield Black Knight fans have made their way here to see their team. They come into tonight's contest with a 1-1 record. They opened up Week 1 with a big win over Dallastown Wildcats, and last week took an L, Manheim Central, in the loss. So they're looking to rebound after last week's performance against Manheim Central with a big win, and boy, it would be a statement win if Hempfield could come in here and knock off the Central York Panthers. Our producer's telling us we are having some audio technical difficulties here with the broadcast. Bear with us here as we are coming to you live, and a lot of things can and will happen during the course of the broadcast, too.
Absolutely, especially when you're filming outside in different locations, cell towers, all play a factor when you're going live and doing a live stream. So we got to make sure our ducks in a row, and sometimes we have a little bit of difficulty, but in our 110-15 games, I think of only about 3 games where we had some technical difficulties. Hopefully that doesn't happen tonight.
No, not at all. And, being here at Central, we've been on the visiting sideline in the bleachers. We've been inside the press box, and tonight we're on top of the press box. I don't think we'll have much background noise as we had last week at Dallastown. How about it, Dude?
Yeah, we were inside the press box last game, and Dallastown was very fired up for that win, and it got pretty loud in that press box.
No doubt, and it was a big win by Dallastown as they defeated Manheim Township 41-38 last Friday. So we're kind of hoping for a same broadcast tonight with some of the excitement level between Hempfield and Central York tonight. Yeah. Of course, I want to make fans aware before we're getting set for kickoff here. Some of the key players to watch for Central, I think it starts with number 1, Bo Perbola, the Penn State commit for Central York.
Yeah, Bo Perbola is always going to have the eye on him ever since last year, or really since his freshman season. A lot of teams prepare for Bo and the way he runs his offense. He can run with the ball, he can throw the ball, he can do a little bit of everything. And like you said, he's a Penn State commit, but, he has the air attack, and he also has the ground game you have to watch out for, along with his supporting cast.
Well, and not only that, but to look for 2 defensive stars on the defensive side for the Central York Panthers in the form of Trenton Dunning and number 10, Carter Glassmeyer. They're both seniors, and these guys play big. Carter Glassmeyer comes into tonight's game with a total of 50 tackles in 2 games. Yeah, fans, you heard that correctly. 50 tackles in 2 games. Trenton Dunning last week at Cumberland Valley had 1 interception, 1 sack, and a total of 10 tackles. Look for those players, number 9 and 10 on your program roster on the defensive side. On the offensive side for Central, Trayson Smith, Parker Hines, wide receivers, along with Mir Manigault. And we're seconds away from Central entering the field here. As I mentioned earlier, Central, their home opener tonight, taking on the Hempfield Black Knights. They're led by their senior quarterback, Cam Harbaugh. He has a D1 offer from Butler University. Some other key players to focus in tonight for the Hempfield Black Knights: Tommy Minnick, number 84, Elijah Hinton, Grant Hoover, Micah Gates and Adam Acker. And I want to give special thanks to Nick Beck, who's handling audio-visual needs here for Hempfield, filling me in on some of the players to keep an eye on tonight during tonight's broadcast. And we want to welcome the fans from Lancaster County who may be tuned in that did not cross the river to come over here to Central, but decided to watch Sports Shooting Stars. We welcome you and all points in between for tonight's broadcast. And we're seconds away from the national anthem being played.
Of the terrorist attacks in New York, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. We take this opportunity to honor the victims as well as remember the courage of so many individuals who assisted on that tragic day. We also remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice serving in our military post 9/11, defending the freedoms of this country. We will honor this day by now having a moment of silence. Thank you. And now playing the national anthem, the Central York Panther Marching Band.
A stirring rendition of our national anthem played by the Central York Panther Band here tonight, and we are just seconds away from kickoff here at Central York High School between the Hempfield Black Knights, who come in from Lancaster County to take on Central York. Again, their home opener here tonight for the Central York Panthers. They opened up on the road at Exeter Township and last week at Cumberland Valley. In other key games being played tonight, York Suburban's at York Catholic. York High travels to Coatesville. Dallastown Wildcats travel to the sweetest place on earth at Hershey. Red Lions at Chambersburg. Spring Groves at Northern. And Southwestern's at New Oxford. We'll try to get you some scores throughout tonight's broadcast. And we thank you for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars, whether you're watching us on Facebook or our YouTube page. Again, it's Sports Shooting Stars. Stu Jones, Todd Edwards, and a whole host of fans here tonight from the Central York Panthers, and some Hempfield Black Knight fans made their way to Central York tonight. While I have a moment, I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast: Basil Insurance, Integrity First Home Buyers, S3 Performance Training, and Prestige Motor Cars of York. You'll be hearing me mention our sponsors throughout tonight's broadcast. Are you ready for week 3? Can you believe it's already week 3 for our broadcast schedule?
Yeah, can't wait. I mean, 3 weeks went by really, really fast. We're back out here, ready for another game, and all our games been super packed, you know, as far as the fans watching and viewing the game.
And we're going to see freshman kicker for Central, number 99, Matthew Parker. He's a soccer player, according to Coach Adam Ogle, and they've converted him to a kicker in the football field. Keep an eye on number 99, Matthew Parker, as the special teams are lined up. Central in their all-orange jerseys tonight. Absolutely magnificent night for football here at Central York High School, and we're underway. Hempfield with the ball at the 20, 25, out to the 30, down about the 35-yard line, and there is a flag down on the play there, due.
Number 3,
Grant Hoover with the return. The junior for Hempfield. And that may be coming back. We'll wait the word here from the officials on the field. Again, we mentioned earlier, just moments ago, on the defensive side for Central, it starts with number 9, Trenton Dunnick, and number 10, Carter Glassmeyer. And it was a hold on that kickoff, which that play will be coming back. Ball looks like it'll be set up at the 15-yard line of Hempfield. Get in their white jerseys with black pants. Black Knights come in tonight's contest with a 1-1 record, Lancaster Lebanon League. Under second-year head coach George Egger. Spread offense set for Hempfield. And it's a run. A minimal gain there due for Hempfield.
Number 28 with the carry, Evan Smith.
Evan Smith with a carry for Hempfield. They're led by their senior quarterback, Cam Harbaugh, who has a D1 offer for Butler University. The 6'1", 210-pound senior.
Looks to be second and 10.
It'll be a second down and 10. The ball set on the 15-yard line of Hempfield with just over 11 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. A spread offense set up for Hempfield again. Quarterback back in shotgun formation on second down and 10. Looking to throw the ball. And incomplete. Trayson Smith on the bat down there. Intended receiver Micah Gates for Hempfield. Bring up a third down and 10 with 11:04 to go. Micah Gates in motion. Cam Harbaugh looking to roll out, and he's brought down by number 10. We mentioned the name, Carter Glassmeyer. Bring up a fourth down, and I think we're going to be calling the name Carter Glassmeyer quite often here tonight. Has an offer to East Stroudsburg, but I have a feeling he may be looking for more than East Stroudsburg here.
Yeah, Carter Glassmeyer, keep an eye on him. He's an early running candidate for Defensive Player of the Year in York County, so he's having a great year. Had a great year last year as well. So keep an eye on number 10, Carter Glassmeyer, on your left-hand side of the screen.
And the quarterback's their punter here, Cam Harbaugh. Take a Hempfield bounce, and it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 47-yard line of Central. And we're going to see this Central offense led by Bo Perbola, the Penn State commit. Highly touted class coming into Penn State next year. I mean, you've heard of the names of Nick Singleton, Anthony Ivy, Makai Flowers. Well, you can throw Bo Perbola into the mix as well. Stands at 6'2", 210 pounds. A 4-year starter for Central. His brother Cade, now at the University of Delaware, and his father a quarterback as well. So it's in the family genes here for Bo. And it's a running play to get things started here for Central. Right up the middle, a nice carry by number 6, a Johnny Walker, a junior for Central. Their offensive line for Central led by their senior Danny Pham, number 72, listed at 6'1", 275. Bo's going to throw it. Pass completed to Trenton Dunnick, another name we're going to mention on that defensive side.
And an injury timeout.
An injury timeout right now. It looks like a Hempfield player is down. Training staff looking to tend. It looks like maybe there's a Central player down as well, across the field.
Yeah, from our vantage point, it looks like there's 2 players down, one for Hempfield and also one for Central York.
We have an injured timeout right now with 9:48 to go. A scoreless contest here at Central York. It'll be a third down, 3 once we resume action. I want to remind the fans that are tuned in, be glad you're kind of watching us in the comfort of your own home. There's still a long ticket line and still a lot of cars making their way into Central here as the game is underway, and they're kind of being locked out right now until they can get in. We'll try to keep you posted on other scores around the league here in Week 3. The final week of non-conference play due as we'll move into regular county action next week as this Central York Ball Club will travel to Red Lion next week. It looks like Trenton Dunnick was the injured Central player that's jogging off the field. Had a chance to see him pregame, do a full beard. He looks like he's 25, not a senior in high school. Trenton Dunnick for Central. And it looks like the injured Hempfield player is Adam Aker.
Well, Trenton Dunnick is listed at 6'2", 230, the senior.
Yeah, with a beard that, like I said, he looks like 25, not 17 or 18 as I was down on the field pregame. And getting some looks, and I think with the way he's been playing, both Trenton Dunnick and Carter Glassmeyer are going to get some serious looks at some college offers as the season progresses here for Central. It's a young team. Had a chance to talk to Coach Adam Ogle. I know you know him, do. A lot of sophomores. And conversely, for this Hempfield team, talking to some of the players here with Hempfield, they have a lot of juniors and sophomores on their team as well.
And this might be a serious injury. He's been down on that field now for at least 2 minutes
yeah,
now, Todd. It's
number 6, Adam Aker. He's a senior, a wide receiver, defensive back. They list him at 5'6", 135 pounds, do. And if he made contact, as you mentioned, with Trenton Dunnick, something had to give. And he's on his feet now.
Good to see him back on his feet. I want to thank the fans also. We had a couple little technical difficulties in the beginning of the broadcast with the audio and actually the video as well. So bear with us. As we said before, you know, we work on cell towers in each area, in each district that we go to. So sometimes you may have some little bit of hiccups here and there, but we're back on scene and ready to go. And it's a nice fan base out here tonight for Central York.
Oh, yeah.
What do you say, Todd?
No doubt about it. There's several hundred here in the stand, and there's probably another 100 outside waiting to get in the ticket booth here.
You can tell the fans couldn't wait to come back out here to support the Central York Panthers.
And we're back to action here. A 3rd down and 3 with 9:48 to go. Bo Parola back in shotgun formation, trips formation for the offense of Central. In and out of the hands and down the right sideline there, number 2, Amir Manigault, who was a running back, converted him to a wide receiver here and is a senior for Central. That'll be a 1st down for Central. They're going to move the chains and a new set of downs for the Central York Panthers.
Yeah, Amir Manigault, he has that lightning quick speed. He gets the ball in the open field, and not too many players can keep up with him once he gets the ball. I think that's a good switch up because he can still play that running back position.
Yeah, some other receivers keep an eye on. Parker Hines, number 5, and number 4, Trayshawn Smith. And Bo Burbola back in shotgun formation, looking to go deep to number 2, and in and out of the hands of Amir Manigault. Double covered there with the cornerback and safety. Bring up a 2nd down. And you know, Bo has a big arm. I mean, last week at Cumberland Valley, it was a big 4th down stop the Central defense had. They had the ball on the 1-yard line. And wouldn't you know it, Bo threw a 99-yard touchdown pass to number 5, Parker Hines, that really kind of opened the game and sealed the game for Central last week against Cumberland Valley. But we're back to action here in a running play. Amir Manigault down the left sideline, inside the 30, inside the 20, down to the 10-yard line. I'm sorry, that's a Johnny Walker with the carry, number 6 for Central York.
And that's a nice run for Johnny Walker, the new addition to that Central York Panthers varsity team, getting the ball and picking up a good, 24, 26 yards.
Yeah, they listed Johnny at 5'8", 190, a junior for Central York. And a new set of downs here with just over 9 minutes to go. A big play for Central York. Spread offense set now for Central York. Bo Perbola in shotgun formation. To his left is a Johnny Walker, number 6. And another running play, a Johnny Walker inside the 10-yard line.
That's a nice second effort from Johnny Walker, getting everything he can every time he touches the ball.
Keeping those legs moving, and short gain and a 1-yard pickup. Central led by their head coach, Gary Janczek, in his second year here with Central York. Bo looking to throw the ball in the end zone, and that's caught by number 13, Brandon Watson. And the side judge is saying it's a touchdown, a big touchdown.
Man, that was a great timing pattern from Bo to Johnson for that touchdown. I mean, Bo just put it right over top of his head and caught it and ran it. I mean, it was already in a touchdown, so quick 2 points. I'm sorry, quick 6 points.
6 points, yeah, Brandon.
For Central York.
And on to kick is the freshman for Central York, Matthew Parker, number 99.
And that's
the holder is Amir Manigault, it looks like.
And that's the way you want to come out first drive of the game. Get a couple runs and get a big throw like that from Bo.
And impose your will, which they did on that drive. And Central up here 6-0 with the point pending here. Kick is up and good. And make it 7-0. Central York over Hempfield. An impressive opening drive for this Central York Panther ball club. With 8:28 to go here in the opening quarter. With Sports Shooting Stars, it's Todd Edwards, Dew Jones. And we thank you for tuning in tonight for a little Friday night football action. Fans can hear the Central York marching band just down below the press box here, and entertaining the fans. A lot of media in attendance here tonight. I saw various media pre-game on the field. They don't want to miss this big matchup, tonight. Friday Night Lights.
Central right now is pumped up, ready to play.
And Central lined up. Matthew Parker footing the ball and kicks it end over end down to about the 1 yard line. Picked up by number 6, Adam Aker, and not much doing there by Adam Aker. And again, Hempfield kind of backed up here a little bit, Not exactly the type of field position Coach Hager would want for his team to kick things off for their second possession here with 8:22 to go in the opening quarter from Central York High School.
You wonder if if Hempfield's going to come out and be aggressive as Central York was as far as throwing the ball and getting the ball down the field. They're kind of backed up right now against their own end zone. So
yeah, the ball.
I wonder if they're going to play conservative ball or they're going to try to play match for match with Central York.
Well, the ball on their own 8 yard line. 2 receivers spread out. Cam Harbaugh back in shotgun formation, and it's a running play. And a nice run there by Hempfield. Moving and churning his legs. Looks like it's number 12, Stephen Catch, with the run, not the catch. And ball out at about the 26 yard line now for Hempfield, and a nice run to get them backed out of their own end zone here with just under 8 minutes to go in the opening quarter. It's Dew Jones, Todd Edwards. Friday night football from Central York High School. Cam Harbaugh back in shotgun formation. Spread offense on display, and the pass rush coming in, and Cam had to unload that. Pass to number 32, his intended receiver, Aiden Shorter, incomplete. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. My broadcast partner, Dew Jones, doing yeoman's work tonight, not just audio, but working the camera and commentating. And we mentioned many times to our viewers, it's a small operation, and Dew's hitting it out of the park, so to speak, here tonight. Hempfield has a 2nd down and 10. Cam Harbaugh gives the ball to Stephen Catch. Another nice carry for the running back, Stephen Catch. who on the program, they have him listed as a quarterback and linebacker. Well, I could also add running back to that resume for number 12, Stephen Catch. They list him at 6 foot, 205 pounds for Hempfield. And he marches off the field. Braden Feisinger comes in his place.
And as the fans can see, we got the scoreboard back where they can see the time and the score.
Empty backfield set, 5 receivers now for Hempfield on a 3rd down and 3. And the pass rush is coming in, and boom, the Orange Crush crushes Cam Harbaugh on that play, do.
And that's a great way of putting it, the Orange Crush, because they came in and they tackled by committee to have that sack on the quarterback.
Yeah, it'll bring up a 4th down and 3, an obvious punting situation where the ball's on Hempfield's own 33-yard line with just under 6.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Central York 7, Hempfield 0. Cam Harbaugh is not just their quarterback, but punter, similarly to Bo Prabula, who does the punting duties as well for Central York. And that's blocked, due. Picked up by number 21, Niger DeWitt, and just like that, do, Central's up 13-0.
That's Panthers number 23 with the block. Number 21 picks it up. Niger DeWitt in for...
And that's a big-time play, and it's always good when your special teams can get you some points, man. Especially, I mean, that gets the defense hyped up as well as the offense.
And any time your team can score off special teams, a touchdown, it really is a momentum swing, as evident here by Central. And their freshman kicker, Matthew Parker, on for the point-after attempt. It's up and good. And your score, Central York 14, Hempfield 0 with 6:07 to go. And clearly the momentum is on the side of Central York, tonight.
Well, you know, Central York lost a lot of talent last year that graduated, went off to college, but they also retained a lot of talent, had some new guys coming up. And right now they're hitting their stride, and they're showing their home field fans that they're the real deal, and they're back again to go another run at that district championship.
No doubt about it, and it's on display.
They are the defending champions of the District 3.
District 3, and right now up 14-0 over Hempfield with 6:07 to go. Not exactly the way Hempfield had this drawn up, but Central, they're for real with big wins over Exeter Township and Cumberland Valley last week. Much to the delight of the home crowd here at Central York High School. With 6:07 to go. Parker with a nice end-over-end kick inside the 10-yard line. Adam Aker with the carry out past the 30-yard line, and a nice return for Hempfield. Now we'll see offensively what Hempfield can do with it, In scores from around the league, Hanover 7, Columbia 0. Delone Catholic 6, Greencastle Atrim 0. Eastern York 7, Donegal 7, Waynesboro 7, Gettysburg 7, and Dallastown's up over Hershey right now, 6-0 in the first quarter. Spring Grove 6, Northern York 0, and we're back to action here at Central York. Hempfield's possession. Cam Harbaugh back in shotgun formation.
I tell you what, Todd, it's really good to see the fan base, the cheerleaders, the band, the parents, just everybody back out on the football field. I know both sides feel really rejuvenated by having all these fans out here to support them.
Well, it's exciting. It's exciting for our broadcast, and it's nice to see the fans back. And thank the viewers for tuning in tonight. And a big pass rush again by the Central York defense. and not giving Cam Harbaugh much breathing room here, too.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think he dropped the ball for a second and picked it up. So that was good, smart thinking on Harbaugh.
That brings up a 2nd down and 14 with 5:40 to go here in the opening quarter. And it's really been all Central York right now against Hempfield. Their offense looks good. The special teams unit impressive. And this defense, this Orange Crush for Central York, clearly is clicking tonight against the Hempfield Black Knights. Plenty of time here for Hempfield to get back into this game. And a running play, fakes. Cam Harbaugh rolls to his left. Pass complete to Adam Aker down inside the 45-yard line for Hempfield. And you were calling Adam Aker's name a lot for Hempfield.
Yeah, that was a great play-action play. Had the cameraman faked out as well, but that was a great play-action play and got them some big yardage in that first down they desperately needed and got them past the 50-yard hash.
Yeah, under 5 minutes to go, your score, Central York 14, Hempfield 0, but Hempfield is driving in Central Territory. We'll see what the offense of Hempfield can do here in the opening quarter with Sports Shooting Stars. It's Stu Jones, Todd Edwards. And a passing play intended, again, for number 6, Adam Aker, incomplete with 4:33 to go. 2nd down and 10. Again, the ball on the 43-yard line of Central York. It's been all the Panthers tonight so far. Mentioned earlier, Cam Harbaugh, the quarterback, has a Division I offer from Butler University for Hempfield. A young team, a lot of sophomores and juniors around Cam. Cam drops back, and they're brought down there by number 9, Trenton Dunnick. And not much breathing room again. The pass rush is coming in for Hempfield.
Yeah, they talked a lot last year with Central York's offense, but you can't sleep on their defense. Their defense is still stout, still a really good ball club. And, you know, they're intact right now tonight when they're rushing and getting right at Hempfield.
Yeah, the pass rush and the offensive line, of course, needs to pass block a little better here if they want to give Cam Harbaugh the time to deliver the ball downfield. A special teams block field goal by Niger DeWitt for a touchdown. And a Bo Perbola pass. And that's your score so far. Cam Harbaugh rolling right. Pass complete to Adam Aker. We're hearing that combination a lot. Harbaugh to Adam Aker. And pretty impressive drive so far here for Hempfield. And a new set of downs for Hempfield.
And that was a nice tackle from number 4 for Central York, Trayshawn Smith.
Yeah, Trayshawn Smith, a senior, listed at 6'2", 170, a wide receiver and defensive back for this Central York ball club. Cam Harbaugh back in shotgun formation. And a running play. Giving ball to Grant Hoover. Minimal gain there for Grant Hoover with just under 3 minutes to go. Be a 2nd down here for Hempfield. Looks like Hempfield has offense spread out. And a quarterback keeper by Cam Harbaugh. And a nice run by Cam. Going to bring up a 3rd down for the Black Knights.
On the keeper.
Ball at the 20-yard line of Central. It'll be a 3rd down and 1 for Hempfield. We'll see what they have drawn up under Coach Egger. And again, in his 2nd season for Hempfield, coming to tonight's game with a 1-1 record. And a running play here by number 12, Stephen Cash, and that's enough for a first down due.
Yeah, right now it looks like Hempfield woke up and they're driving on the first quarter to get their first score with 1 minute and 45 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Want to welcome Belinda Morales to the set. Made it through some traffic, I'm sure, on her way over here, and it's our. And she tells me it's a full parking lot, which I can believe it looking the parking here. A big crowd, a big turnout tonight for Central's home opener in week 3. And the ball is on the ground. And a fumble, though. Hempfield can be lucky they fell on that.
Yeah, Hempfield doesn't want to blow this opportunity. They have a great opportunity to score the ball, or at least get 3 points on the board against Central York at their home. So right now they don't want to blow that opportunity. They want to keep their foot on the gas and get into the end zone.
No doubt about it. It'll 5-yard loss on that play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 15 now for Hempfield with just over a minute to go here in the opening quarter. With your score, Central York 14, Hempfield 0. But Hempfield is threatening here. Under the lights on a beautiful night here for football. Cam Harbaugh drops back. And there's some flags on that. There's some contact on that play, due. And pass was intended to Andy Garcia, but I believe that's going to give Hempfield a new set of downs here with 50 seconds to go. As the referees on the field sorting this out.
Always want to thank all the fans for tuning in tonight. This game is featured on Facebook, on Comcast Cable Channel 18 of York, and also on YouTube under White Rose Community Television TV. Or just type in Sports Shooting Stars and that will pop up as well.
All over, and want to thank the fans. I mean, the first 2 weeks have just been stellar with the views that we've received.
And the feedback, and the positive feedback has been amazing as well from the fans, from everyone.
And a running play there by number 12, Stephen Catch. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short here for Hempfield.
Looks like 3rd and 7.
Ball looks on the 7-yard line here of Central.
And at the end of this quarter, we're going to get a view of the skyline. I mean, it's a beautiful night tonight. I mean, Central is located in a very good area, and I want the fans and everybody at home to watch and see what we're watching tonight from up top.
Yeah, it's a rather scenic view here tonight for football. A great game so far. Probably be the final play of the opening quarter, as you can hear the crowd for Central. Cam Harbaugh back, looking to throw the ball in the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown by number 32, Aiden Shorter.
And Todd, I don't always say this, but that was a hell of a catch. He had his 2 feet down and just extended to catch that ball. I mean, that was a pro type of wide receiver catch right there, and he deserves that touchdown.
He does, and we saw that develop right here from the broadcast booth. It was a thing of beauty, and it pulls Central here with the point pending within 7 points here. A much-needed score for Hempfield, due.
Yeah, and that's a good scoring drive for Hempfield to come down, before the end of the first quarter and get that score. And now they kick the extra point, and it's 7. The score right now is 14-7. So that was really good for Hempfield to have that momentum going into the second quarter. And also, it wakes up, Central York's defense, because they got caught sleeping a couple of times on the play-action plays. So hopefully they can get back into the mode and do some lockdown defense. And this has turned out to be a good game.
It will be. Don't go anywhere. Don't change the dial. It's going to be a great one. We're going to get set to start the second quarter. Again, with your score, Central York 14, Hempfield 7. We mentioned it, but an absolutely magnificent night for football. A great crowd has settled in here for the home opener for Central York. think the Central York fan base was awaiting their home game, and they've come out strong. And they could not have asked for a better night weather-wise. Central York will be on the road next week at Hornfield to take on the Lions of Red Lion. Some scores from around the league. Bermudian Springs 6, Susquehannock 0. York High 8, Coatesville 6 in the first quarter. Hanover 7, Columbia 0. Waynesboro 14, Gettysburg 7, Dallastown 6, Hershey 0 in the second quarter. A high kick, but a short kick down to about the 23. And number 6, a Johnny Walker with the carry.
Johnny Walker already had the touchdown tonight for Central York.
He's ran hard and part of the kickoff return team here on special teams for Central. Their offense back on the field, led by their senior quarterback, Bo Perbola. Southwestern and New Oxford scoreless in the second quarter. Bo Perbola with a high snap, but a running play there, and a nice run by Jules Goff, number 26, his first carry in tonight's game. Another running play there by Jules Goff. Back-to-back running plays, for Jules Goff.
Yeah, you got to check out Joel's Goff. He's a really good player. He's only a sophomore, but there's a lot of talk around Joel's and how he runs the ball and what he does. And he actually put on about 15 to 20 pounds from last year to this year. So keep an eye on him for the next couple of years with Central York. But definitely tonight he's going to do his thing. Number 26, and that's the third handoff from him.
Third carry. A new set of downs was first down, but this time Hempfield defense swarming on Joel's Goff there. Not much of a gain for Joel's on that running play. Bring up a second down and 10. No pickup there on that play. And a fake to Joel's Goff. Bo looking to throw the ball downfield, scrambling to his right, and just going to keep the ball, and brought down there by number 84, Thomas Minnick.
And that was a great defensive stop for Hempfield. I mean, that's what they like to get, especially if you can bring down their number one player, which is Bo Perbula. So that gives them a lot of confidence. But again, Bo's a player, man. He's used to these type of environments, and he knows how to make a big play on any down. So, that might even get him hyped up a little bit to make a big play next time around.
No doubt about it. He has that it factor, and we're going to see that on display, I'm sure, as this game progresses with just over 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Bo back looking to throw the ball deep downfield, and it looks like the pass was intended there to number 5, Parker Hines. Just a little miscommunication on that pass and catch play. Parker Hines, number 5, another player to keep an eye on, a junior for the Central York Ball Club. But it's going to bring up a 4th down and 15, and you'll see now Bo Perbola punt for the first time tonight for Central York. He's their starting quarterback and punter, and we saw last year in the playoffs he was also in at safety position on the defensive side for their district run and state run for the Panthers. Be a timeout called. Hempfield. They'll have 2 timeouts remaining with 10:03 to go. Again, your score, Central York 14, Hempfield 7. And it would be a good time now, to mention our sponsors tonight. Basil Insurance, our good friend Greg Basil of Basil Insurance. Family owned since 1999. Basil Insurance has affordable insurance and has been sponsoring us for the past 4 seasons. They're located at 2210 West Market Street, right here in York, Pennsylvania. You can contact them at 717-792-6400. Also, Integrity First Home Buyers. Sports enthusiast Eric Brewer of Integrity First Home Buyers has been an avid supporter of the program for the past 5 seasons. They're located at 2500 Kingston Road, right here in York, Pennsylvania. And give them a call at 717-718-0858. And I'll mention two other sponsors for tonight's broadcast right after this play. Bo back, set to punt it off. A nice high punt by Bo, driving Adam Aker back to his 25-yard line. Adam Aker down the right sideline, 40, 45, out to midfield, inside 40, 45. And Bo Perbola with a tackle on Adam Aker.
Yeah, and anytime a punt returner can catch the ball on the fly and get a chance to get some yardage after that, it's always deadly for the kick returning team.
And Bo, we've seen, like last year, not afraid to tackle as well, and he was in on that play with the tackle. And with that right now, excellent field position for Hempfield. And it looks like there may have been a flag on the play.
Either that was a holding or unsportsmanlike conduct where they brung him back. Some major yardage. That's about 30 yards they brung him back, Ty.
Negates an excellent punt return there for Hempfield. And the ball looks like it'll be set up at their own 39-yard line. Want to give a mention to two other sponsors tonight, S3 Performance Training. They're located at 2810 East Prospect Road right here in York, Pennsylvania. They specialize in individual and group performance to help athletes reach their maximum potential. And Cam Harbaugh back, throw the ball complete to number 5, Micah Gates. And a nice throw and catch for Hempfield. Out near midfield. Bring up a 2nd down and 1 with just under 9.5 minutes to go for Hempfield. A running play, and right up the middle, down the right sideline for Hempfield, and a big run for Hempfield. Looks like number 28, Evan Smith, with a big carry due, and that sets up Hempfield with nice field position on that run.
Yeah, that's a big-time run, and Central York has to buckle down to play better defense. Because right now, Hempfield is feeling really good about themselves and feel like they're in control with driving the ball down the field with the ball at the 23-yard line.
Ball on the 23-yard line, 1st down. And a quarterback keeper by Cam Harbaugh down the right sideline. Picks up a couple yards on that play. And Hempfield threatening here, dude, looking to tie things up here in the 2nd quarter. As fans at home can hear the Central York Marching Band, they're rather vocal here tonight. And not many empty seats on the Central York bleacher sideline here, do. Second down and 4 for Hempfield. And a running play there for Hempfield. Evan Smith with the carry. Bring up a 3rd down and 1. Ball on the 17-yard line. The clock is running. We're under 8 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter of action.
Got a couple of updates around the league. Hanover 7, Columbia 0, 1st quarter. Waynesboro 14, Gettysburg 7. York High 8, Coatesville 6. And New Oxford game tonight is a sold-out attendance. I'm told over 4,000 people are in attendance at the New Oxford game.
And they're really only separated by maybe 10 miles out. If that, really, they're very close between New Oxford and Southwestern. And through the years, Southwestern really dominated New Oxford, but a big rivalry of sorts between the two schools.
Yeah, I also want to give a quick shout out to Bailey Jenkins. Thanks for the update. He keeps us updated on the YouTube chat. I want to tell fans to go to the YouTube, check us out on Facebook, and also this game is streaming live on Comcast Cable Channel 18 of York.
And a new set of downs here for Hempfield. They're threatening here. Their offense moving downfield. And there's Adam Smith with a run.
Ball to number 28, Evan Smith.
Three-yard pickup for Evan Smith here. 2nd and 7. Ball on the 10-yard line of Central. And Central defense would need to come up with a big play here to stop this Hempfield offense. It's moving down the field. And a timeout call by Hempfield. That's their second timeout. They'll have one remaining. Central has their full complement of 3 timeouts here with 6:16 to go. Central York 14, Hempfield 7. I mentioned also, we talked about some of our sponsors. S3 Performance Training. They train athletes from Central, York High, Dallastown, Dover, York Suburban, all points in between. How about it? They focus on strength, speed, and stamina. This is year 3 of our partnership with S3, and we're looking forward to many more. Contact John Turpak or Ron Johnson at s3performancetraining.com or simply give them a call at 717-542-4247. And last but not least, as far as our last sponsor, Prestige Motor Cars of York. Owner Jesse Ferber's been a longtime friend of the network and supported the program for the past 3 years. They're located on the historical trail at 1899 Susquehanna Trail right here in York, Pennsylvania. Best luxury cars for $10,000 or less. Give them a call at 717-781-6750. And we're back to action here. Hempfield coming off their timeout, looking to punch it in. And that's a quarterback keeper by Cam Harbaugh, and there was a flag thrown on that play, maybe coming back.
And also for S3 Performance Training, Ron Johnson, he started a preseason prep basketball training that's going on where you improve your speed, agility, and vertical jump in 8 weeks. Check out Ron Johnson. He's located on Facebook, Instagram as well, underneath RS Rising Stars. It's an 8-week program, starts September 18th to November 6th. Times are Saturday at 10 o'clock and at S3 Performance Training, located at 2810 East Prospect Road, York, PA.
York, PA, yeah. York Catholic alum, a Shippensburg alum, a Hall of Famer at Shippensburg, and you can meet him and see him at S3 Performance. False start there on Hempfield. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 12. Now the ball on the 15-yard line. Central with 6:08 to go. And a one-time Eagle as well. One of your favorite teams, right? The Eagles?
Yeah, big-time Eagles fan. Win, lose, or draw.
Ron Johnson played there for 1 season. Cam Harbaugh back in shotgun formation, looking to throw the ball downfield. He's going to roll to his left, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper for Cam. And down near the goal line there, almost close to a first down pickup there, They'll be just short of the first down.
And that brings up a 3rd and 2 with the ball on the 5-yard line.
A 3rd down and 2. Again, mentioned the ball on the 5-yard line. Just over 5 minutes to go here before halftime. And a run there, and they're not going to get that first down. Run by Stephen Catch, and it's going to bring up a 4th down here. Now, interesting to see what Coach Egger of Hempfield does here. 4th down and 2. Do you bring the kicking unit out to put the points on? Is their kicker capable of kicking it up through the uprights, or do you go for it,
With the 4th and 2 and the ball at the 5-yard line, I think the coaches stay aggressive. Try to pick up that 2-yard line and if they don't make it, Central York is on their own end zone. So they have a great opportunity for the defense to make a play. So right now you want to stay aggressive and go for that so you can at least tie the game up, or at least get that 2 yards to get that first down tied and run the minutes out.
Yep, and here we are, fans, a 4th down and 2. Cam Harbaugh looking to his left. Incomplete, and just like that, the ball will turn over to Central York.
The broadcast partner mentioned it. Now Central will have the ball backed up their own 5-yard line, but a big stop there by the Central York Panther defense.
We mentioned it in prior broadcasts, Stu, just how important the kicking game can be during the course of a season, particularly if you have an effective kicker. It could be a big difference maker in a 10-game schedule, such as high school football.
Bo with the ball, looks, scrambles.
He's going to keep the ball and down the left sideline, out to the 10, to the 15, and that's a first down pickup for Bo Perbola, making things happen with his legs on that play, too. And that's one of the things Bo can do. I mean, last week he ran for 100 yards against Cumberland Valley. And at 6'2", just over 200 pounds, he's got some speed. And Bo now rolls to his right, looking to throw the ball and complete. It's to number 4, Trayshawn Smith. And there is a flag down on the play here with 3:43 to go in the second quarter. Central York 14, Hempfield 7. Central York has their full complement of 3 timeouts here due. A false start against the Panthers. It's going to move them back.
Just a little backstory on Trayshawn Smith. He was at York High during his 10th grade sophomore season, came over to Central York in his 11th grade season. He's there the whole year, and he's there the whole year this year for Central York as a senior. Keep an eye on number 4, Trayshawn Smith.
And there's a running play right up the middle there, Dew.
By Johnny Walker, number 6, with that carry. Bring up a second down and 9. Johnny Walker, the lone setback beside Bo Perbola in the backfield. Bo looking to throw the ball deep downfield. Trayshawn Smith looks like he got tangled up there with the defensive back of Hempfield.
Well, you can see that was clear for number 7, Andy Garcia. He got away with one. He was holding Trayshawn Smith on that throw right there, which, you know, enabled him not to be able to catch the ball. But he got away with one, number 7, for Hempfield.
Bring up a third down and 10 for Central. Ball on their own 17-yard line with 2:58 to go. Trips formation for Central.
And Central York is capable of a big play any down. And that was a great tackle by committee from Hempfield. They did a great job sniffing that play out, and that takes Central to the 4th down, and now they have to punt the ball. And that gives Hempfield about 2 more minutes before the halftime to make something happen.
And Bo Perbola back as the punter. His second punt of tonight's contest. Adam Aker back to receive the punt. A nice punt by Bo Perbola sends Adam Aker back inside his 30, inside the 25. Adam Aker running the ball out to the 30, 35-40. To about the 45-yard line. Nice field position for Hempfield with 2:08 to go here before halftime. Your score, Central York 14, Hempfield 7. And we'll see now what Hempfield can dial up here just before halftime. Obviously, they'd be looking to punch it in to tie things up, but Central may be thinking differently here with this Orange Crush defense that's been on display from time to time tonight. All set up at the 45-yard line. Some movement along the line there and flag down, and it may
be against Hempfield here. We'll wait the word. Timeout, Hempfield. That's their third and final timeout here of the half. And do you think maybe they called the timeout so the penalty was negated?
That's a nice strategy. That could be true.
Get some scores from around the league here and keep you posted on other scores happening throughout the league. Bermudian Springs 18, Susquehannock 0. Chambersburg all over Red Lion 21-7. York High's up over Coatesville 8-6. Hanover 14, Columbia 0. Greencastle Atrium 14, DeLone Catholic 6. Donegal 28, Eastern York 14. Waynesboro 21, Gettysburg 14, and we're back to action here. Ham Harbaugh, quick release. Pass completed to number 5, Micah Gates. Dallastown Hershey all knotted up at 6-6 here in the second quarter. Southwestern 7, New Oxford 0. Spring Grove all over the Northern York Polar Bears 19-0. Spring Grove may be one of those teams to keep an eye on Division I play, do. Off to a 2-0 start. Cam Harbaugh back. Screen pass. And Central York has that snuffed out. Trenton Dunnick in on the tackle there. It'll bring up a third down now for Hempfield. The clock is running with just over a minute to go before halftime. Central York up 14-7. Hempfield has no timeouts remaining. Ball on the 48-yard line of the Black Knights. We're under a minute. The clock continues to run. A big third down and 7. Empty backfield set, trips formation for Hempfield. Cam Harbaugh rolls to his right. Yeah, he's gonna be keeping that ball. Quarterback keeper, first down and more inside, down near the 40-yard line of Central.
Yeah, and I heard a little bit from the scout team from Central York that they knew that Harbaugh likes to run the ball, so they had to keep their outside linebackers keyed on Harbaugh because he can get out there on the outside on either angle and get his yardage.
And there is an injury timeout on the field, training staff out, tending to Hempfield player. From our vantage point here, can't quite make out who the injured player is, but we have 37 seconds to go. Central York 14, Hempfield 7, but they are threatening Hempfield right now before halftime.
Got another score, Southwestern 7, New Oxford 0, going into the second quarter. And also Coatesville 12, York High 8 at the start of the second quarter.
Coatesville head coach Matt Ortega was a York High coach and now at Coatesville. Big powerhouse near Philadelphia, Coatesville. And I tell you what, Coach Russ Stoner and the York High Bearcats, they're not afraid to schedule tough competition. How about it? I mean, they saw it with Governor Mifflin in week 1. J.B. McCaskey last week, they put a throttling to them. And now they're on the road at Coatesville. And I believe next week York High will travel to Dover, They'll play the Dover Eagles next week in league play. And on his feet, number 79, that's Lucas Miller, an offensive lineman. Big guy walking off the field there. And at halftime, the band will entertain the fans at home, tuned in, watching Sports Shooting Stars. And a new set of downs here for Hempfield.
37 seconds to go in the second quarter. Hempfield has to make something happen. Here's Harbaugh rolling out again. Big arm. He's wide open.
Down the
Bang.
Field. Big touchdown there to Tommy Minnick. And just like that, dude, before halftime, bombs away. Tommy Minnick.
That was a great catch, great throw. He got behind number 21 for Central York, Nagrir DeWitt, for that big-time touchdown score to almost tie the game up 14-14 going into halftime.
Point pending, and boy, talk about momentum swings in this game. Clearly the momentum on the side of Hempfield do.
And Harbaugh for Hempfield, the quarterback, maybe not as tall as Bo Perbula, but he reminds me a lot of him. He can throw and he can run with the ball.
Kick is up and good, and we are tied up here at Central, 14-14 with 29 seconds to go. And that's quieted this Central York fan base here, Dew. At one point, we're up 14-0.
And you got to expect every team that Central York goes against this year, they're going to get their best shot because, Central, did a great job last year of running through the county and, get to the district championship. Get to the district championship game and winning and going to the state championship. So every team they're going against Central, they want to knock them off. So Central has to come out ready to play every down, every game.
They're going to get the best each and every week from every team they play, and it's on display here tonight, as you mentioned, Hempfield. And we got a contest. Fans, don't go anywhere. It's going to be a big one here. And we want to remind the fans here at home, Central, with just 29 seconds to go here, they have a full complement of timeouts, 3 timeouts. And it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do here with Coach Janchek and quarterback Bo Prebola just before halftime. A little bit of a squib kick. Picked up, is that Jules Goff with a carry down the left sideline, past the 30-yard line for Central York. It's Jules Goff with 23 seconds to go.
To the 31-yard line, we're going to be first and 10 Panthers.
And football is such a game of momentum, Dew, here on this series. What do you sense Central may have dialed up here?
Well, I think they're going to run 1 or 2 plays, or maybe just 1 play, see if they get out of it, and just take it into halftime. But you never know because, as I said before, Central can score in bunches very fast.
Quarterback keeper by Bo Brabula right up the middle, out to the 40, down to the 45, down the left sideline, out to midfield, and stepped out of bounds with 17 seconds to go. Do a rather effective play there with full 3 timeouts remaining.
And that was a great play. Only wasted 7 seconds off the clock and got about 15 to 20 yards.
And the ball is set up at midfield. A new set of downs for the Central York offense. And we see down below the kicker for Central, Matthew Parker, warming up, potentially maybe thinking a field goal if they can get into field goal position. But this Central offense, I think first and foremost, thinking about scoring 6 right now, Dew. Ball at the midfield, Bo back in shotgun formation. Looking to throw the ball deep downfield. Intercepted and picked off. By number 4, that's Gabriel Benjamin with the pick. And just like that, Dew, it's back into Hempfield's side.
And that was a great pick from Gabriel Benjamin. Bo Perbula went to number 2, and Mary Manigault, which is probably the fastest guy on the football team. So that was a good play. We just overthrew him, and Gabriel was sitting there waiting for the pick.
Ball set up at the 10-yard line of Hempfield with 10 seconds to go. Cam Harbaugh under center. And Hempfield looks as if they're going to be content with a tie score here at halftime and head into the locker room. All knotted up here at Central. Your score, Central York 14. Hempfield 14, and we have a contest here to do tonight. As both teams make their way back to the locker room, the band for Hempfield will make their way out onto the field. And Dew, your thoughts so far in the first half of a game of really kind of 2 stories here. Central opening up strong, and then Hempfield kind of rebounding to tie things up here before halftime.
Well, I think Central York knew coming into the game that Hempfield was not a pushover team. They're a good team out of the Lancaster Lebanon League. They play well against each other. They play each other almost every year. So it's a back and forth type of affair. And this is what, week 3 football is all about. Going back and forth with each other, and getting the best out of each team. But the key thing is halftime adjustments. I have seen, we've done over 100 games now, Todd, and during halftime you see coaches come out with a different game plan, and that usually tells what team is going to win the game. So just have to see how they come out in the first on the first couple drives in the second half to really determine who's going to be the winner. Also, I like to give a lot of credit to Harbaugh, the quarterback for Hempfield. I mean, he has a big arm. He's fast. He can get out the pocket, and he put on a really good show so far in his first half against Central York.
Yeah, and it's nice to see some of these teams from out of the county. I mean, week 1, we saw what Governor Mifflin presented. Last week, Manheim Township, a strong effort against Dallastown, just came up short there. And tonight, Hempfield in this contest tonight. And we're going to see the Hempfield Marching Band here as part of our halftime entertainment. And before we take a break, I want to remind our viewers that are tuned in, we have 4 sponsors tonight: Basil Insurance, Integrity First Home Buyers, S3 Performance Training, and Prestige Motor Cars of York. All sponsors of Sports Shooting Stars. We want to thank them, each and every one of them, for sponsoring our broadcast. And we would like to give some scores from around the league. Bermudian Springs 18, Susquehannock 6. Chambersburg 21, Red Lions 7. Coatesville 19, York High 8. Hanover 20, Columbia 8. Greencastle Atrium 14, DeLone Catholic 6. Donegal 28, Eastern York 14. Waynesboro 21, Gettysburg 14. Dallastown up over Hershey at halftime, 13-6. Southwestern 7, New Oxford 0. And Spring Grove all over the Northern York Polar Bears, 26-0 at halftime. And there's some of your scores from around the league. And again, the score here from Central, we're tied up 14-14, Central York and Hempfield. And the Hempfield Marching Band will present their entertainment here at halftime, as my broadcast partner, Dude Jones, and yours truly will step away for a break as you can enjoy the little bit of the sights and sounds of the Hempfield Marching Band.
We also say the band and everybody that's involved, they're also student athletes. They go out here, they put a lot of time in, they learn their instruments, they're skilled players, so we want to also give them a lot of recognition as well, because I remember one of our games earlier, probably season 2 or 3, they were like, hey, why don't you show the band? I'm like, you're absolutely right. Let's show the band. So we happen to show the band every halftime, and we really respect what they do. We know they put a lot of effort into it, and it's beautiful sounds anyway coming out of their instruments.
No doubt about it. And stretch your legs a little bit, and a good time for you to maybe go to your kitchen and restroom and take a little bit of a break. And we'll take a break and be back momentarily with more action here with Sports Shooting Stars. My broadcast partner, Dude Jones, Todd Edwards, thanking you again this Friday night for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars. And enjoy the halftime show.
HMK would like to thank all the people who make great efforts to support the student teams musical performance excellence, and Hempfield School District Board of Directors, Superintendent Mr. Belusi, Assistant Superintendents Dr. Hoover and Dr. Busser, Principal Mr. Jamie, the Athletic Director Dr. Blunt, the HHM staff and staff, and the entire Hempfield School District Music Department. And now performing their 2021 production, Days Alien, Cassandra's Prophecy. Please welcome the Hempfield Marching Knights.
Central York Middle School Pipe and Drum is celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. To commemorate that milestone, they are hosting a pipe and drum muster on the weekend of October the 2nd. Pipe and drum corps from the Mid-Atlantic will be participating, including the United States Army Old Guard. There is a parade through downtown York, and performances will occur at People's Bank Park, home of the Revolution. More information on the muster can be found on the Middle School Pipe and Drum webpage.
It looks.
Scores from around the region. Chambersburg 21-7 over Redline. Port Coatesville over York High 19-16. Allentown's winning over Hershey 13-6. Southwestern on top of New Oxford 14-0. Spring Grove on top of Northern York 26-0. And St. Mather over Northeastern 7-3.
And we're back, sports fans. It's Todd Edwards, Dew Jones here, the Central Band kicking it up as both teams have made their way back from the locker room here for some halftime warm-ups.
Well, your raffle tickets next to the Spiritware store adjacent to the concession stand. One ticket for $2, 3 tickets for $5, 10 tickets for $10. You don't need to be present to win, so take your chance to win big. The winner will be announced at the end of the third quarter.
We're just minutes away from the start of the second half here, and it should be a great one, Dew, here as we settle in for the second half.
You still have time to visit the concession stand. Plenty of good food in the concession stand. Also, the independent vendors. All the proceeds from the concession stand benefit athletic programs here at Central York. On your way to the concession stand, don't forget to visit the Athletic News for Fame here.
Scores from around the league: Chambersburg 21, Red Lions 7. Coatesville 19, York High 16. It sounds like it's a barn burner down there in Coatesville, between the two schools. Hanover 20, Columbia 14, Greencastle Atrim 14, DeLone Catholic 6, Donegal 28, Eastern York 14. Tied up at Gettysburg as they play host to Waynesboro 21-21. Dallastown at halftime with a 13-6 lead over Hershey. Annville Cleona 20, Littlestown 14 at halftime. And at halftime, Southwestern 14, New Oxford 0. Northern Lebanon all over York County Tech 20-6 at half. And Spring Grove Rockets 26, Northern York 0. Penn Manor with a 7-3 lead over Northeastern at halftime. Shippensburg 35, Dover 6 at halftime. And York Catholic 16, York Suburban 7. Shippensburg has a D1 commit, Anthony Smith, 6'7" defensive lineman going to the University of Minnesota, a player to keep an eye on out of Shippensburg. Also, they line him up on the offensive side as a fullback. Imagine a 6'7" fullback in goal line situations. Anthony Smith going to the University of Minnesota, Big Ten school. And Central York set to receive the kickoff here as we are just seconds away from the start of the third quarter. We got a contest going here, dude. All tied up in week 3. And we're underway here at the start of the second half. It's Jules Goff with the carry out to the 20, 25, 30, looking for some running room up to about the 35-yard line. A nice run by Jules Goff to start things off here in the third quarter, dude.
Yeah, as we said again, Joel's Goff, you got to keep an eye on him, the sophomore. He's going to get a lot more touches throughout this season, but he's a featured back for the next upcoming years for Central York. As I said before, he put on about 10 to 12 pounds, been in the weight room. His brother actually played, both his brothers actually played for Central York years ago. Noriega Goff.
Yep. We've had the pleasure of having on our broadcast from time to time.
Absolutely. Noriega helps us out sometime. Maybe tune in tonight, I'm pretty sure. And there's a handoff
to get things started here in the second half.
Handoff to Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker. Slow to get up, but he's on his feet, walking back to the huddle here, number 6. And you would think after what appeared to be an injury, he's going to have to at least come off for one play here. Training staff tending to Johnny Walker there, number 6, trotting off the field. In his place comes number 26, Jules Goff. Single setback there beside Bo Perbola and shotgun formation for Central. Quick pitch and catch there to Trayshawn Smith.
And that's one of those bubble screens. Sometimes they can be very effective, and sometimes they don't give you much because the cornerback has time to make a play on the ball. But putting the ball towards his chest and not so much up above his head where he can catch the ball would give him a better opportunity to get down that field. But watch Bo Perbola, number 1, one of the top players in the country at the quarterback position for Central York.
Bo looking to go downfield. He scrambles to his left, outside the pocket, out to the 30. He's going to keep it there, outside of the 40. Lowers his shoulders, and what a first down carry by Bo Perbola, dude. Working it with his legs tonight.
Yeah, and Bo loves to see when he had that deep threat, he has his guys, the cornerbacks run down the field, and he loves to see that linebacker sitting there because he knows he has more speed and get around that angle and get the extra yardage for the first down. So that's a play that Bo loves to see from the linebacker position.
Well, and it has to be frustrating for a defense that everyone's covered and then he's unaccounted for, and he has some wheels on him and he can make something happen, not just with his arm but with his legs, as evident with that play there. And we're back to action here. Some movement there along the line.
And this year, Bo doesn't have the liberty of having Taylor Wright Rawls, number 11 from last year, Junatome.
Josh Gaffney, remember, along the offensive line, who's now at the University of Albany.
Yeah, a lot of his guys, like I said, advanced and went on to college, so he doesn't have those big-time playmakers, but he has a good, decent amount of stars on his team that's going to make their name known throughout this upcoming season.
Back 5 area to bring up a first down and 15 now. We're just over 10.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's tied up, Central York 14, Hempfield 14, do.
Got to add on Kyle Fontes, the tight end, the 6'5" tight end that want the buck now.
And they give to Joel's Goff, looking for running room, and he has it. Nice run by Joel's Goff.
Goff with the ball.
Out near midfield on that carry.
We can have your attention. We have a lost child up here in the booth. His name is Noah Hess. If you belong to Noah Hess, come on up, and we will reunite you.
And Joel's Goff with the carry. A hard run by Joel's there, past midfield into Hempfield territory.
On the carry.
And so far, Central York has put together an impressive drive to start the second half, running the ball a little bit. Haven't had a reception yet so far in the third quarter, but that's yet to be seen because, as I said before, Bo Perbula has a lot of good wide receivers he can throw the ball to. And this is a design run play for Bo Perbula. He breaks to the outside, and he gets that first down.
Big first down run. Bo's making his way there, with approaching 100 yards rushing in this game again. He had that last week against Cumberland Valley.
Yeah, and Bo's stats this year, he's probably going to be, one of the league leaders in rushing and also throwing the ball. So that's a dual threat that every team has to go against when they face Central York.
And Joel's Goff steps off there for a breather there for Central. Back in there in the backfield, Johnny Walker. Amir Manigault out in the field as well. Parker Hines has been kind of quiet tonight. We'll see if he can get going here. Bo under rush. Got to keep the ball down to the left sideline and make something out of nothing. It looks like he may have been hit late out of bounds there, dude.
Yeah, that may have been a late hit, but Bo popped right back up with no problem. Got to give a lot of credit to Hempfield secondary. They're locking up Central's wide receivers. Bo can't find his wide receiver as he normally does. He has to run with the ball and scramble a little bit. Central York needs to do a better job of getting separation from the cornerbacks of Hempfield so they can get that ball thrown to them. Or maybe have some shorter routes. I know the slant route is always effective in high school football.
It'll be a 2nd and 9, ball on the 42-yard line of Hempfield. Central York with the ball, threatening to move downfield, and a nice carry and run there by Johnny Walker with a carry. And a nice drive here for Central York, a time-consuming drive here, nearly 4-minute drive right now. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2, ball on the 35-yard line of Hempfield. We'll see what Central York and Coach Gary Janczek have dialed up here on 3rd down and make it 1 right now. See what kind of adjustment Central has made at halftime. And they give to Johnny Walker, 1st down and more, and dragging a tackler down inside the 25. Down in close to the 20-yard line. That's a new set of downs. Move the chains for Central York. And a 1st down. Offense spread out there for Central. They're going to go back to an effective running game. A Johnny Walker up the middle, down to inside the 15-yard line. And right now it's power football for Central York. Seeing a lot with a Johnny Walker.
Yeah, and Johnny Walker's starting to wear down that Hempfield front line. And Johnny Walker's actually taking a break right now, number 6 for Central York. But he's wearing down that front line from Hempfield, and he's getting some positive yardage every time he touches the ball. The coach is giving him a quick breather and expect to see Johnny Walker back out there in the next play or two. And again, Bo's been in shotgun pretty much the whole game, and the run game has been very effective so far. And as I say that, Hempfield did a great job of stopping him at the line. And again, I want to give Hempfield a lot of credit to the secondary. People that didn't hear me say that before, the secondary is doing a tremendous job of locking up the wide receivers for Central York.
No doubt about it. And nearly a 6-minute drive taking place right now for this Central York Panthers offense. A very effective drive to open things up here in the second half. Central York offense spread out there. Single backfield. Set with Jules Goff, and they give to Jules right up the middle. That's going to be a first down and a new set of downs for the Central York Ball Club. You see entering the offense here, Trenton Dunnick coming in, number 9 for Central York. It's quarterback keeper by Bo Burbula out to the 10. Bring up a second down. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. A rather effective drive so far, and it would be punctuated with a score here for Central York, too.
This is a long drive, as you said again, Todd. About 6-7 minutes is off the clock, and Central still pounding the ball and getting down the field and taking a lot of time off the clock and getting all their guys involved. Everybody's touching the ball in this drive here. And there's a fumble.
Looks like it may have been recovered by a Central player there, and it was.
And as we said again, number 26, Joels Goff, is a sophomore, so you're going to have some sophomore mistakes here and there, but, you know, anybody can fumble on the team. But, you know, he's one of their featured backs for the years to come. And I just saw Johnny Walker go into the game, but he has somewhat of a limp. Number 6, if you can check it out right there, he's limping a little bit. I don't know if that's a hamstring injury, an ankle, or what's going on, but, you know, he's playing through it, but I can tell that he's a little gimpy.
Right now, as we're under 5 minutes to go here, it's a 3rd down and 5, ball on the 7-yard line of Hempfield. The offense spread out for Central. And it's a quarterback keeper by Bo. Design run, and Bo's going to run right up the middle. Touchdown, Bo Parabola. A 7-yard score for Bo Parabola.
I mean, you almost seen it here. Once he turned that corner and put his shoulder down, there was nothing that's going to stop him from getting into the end zone. He's a big quarterback, but he plays almost like a fullback running back when he wants to get those yards. He can put his shoulder down and lay a hit and get into that end zone. Plus, he's 6'3".
Yeah, and 215, and of course, from time to time, played the safety position for this Central York Ball Club, and right now, a difference maker for the Central York Panthers, and they're up with a point pending here, possibly 7.
And for the fans that's not familiar with Bo Parabola, he's also a Penn State commit that will be going to Penn State in 2022. Part of that Penn State class that has the #1 recruiting class in college with Nicholas Singleton, who'll be featured against Governor Mifflin. Last week was Mahon Township with Anthony Ivy. So, you know, this is our 3rd Penn State commit in 3 weeks. So, you know, we're hitting our mark as far as featuring some of these big-time players.
I mean, next week we may have to catch Mackay Flowers with CD East. I mean, you know, you just never know. I think he's the lone player from that group regionally that we have not broadcasted. But, yeah, it's just a big recruiting class. And Penn State, of course, they'll be playing tomorrow on 9/11 up at Happy Valley. Wish them luck against Ball State coming in from Indiana. And, you know, just like tonight with the crowd, and can you imagine 100,000 fans up at Beaver Stadium tomorrow at Penn State game with Ball State do?
Yeah, sometimes when Penn State have their whiteout games, I mean, it's something to see, to witness that go down. I mean, Happy Valley is definitely going to be happy next year. Well, they're doing great this year, but they're definitely going to be happy next year with that #1 recruiting class with all those young studs that's going to come up there and play some football.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see a lot of the local regionals athletes go up there to Penn State next year and play. But right now, we're back to action here. Matthew Parker with the kick. And it's going to dot, and it looks like it rolled out of bounds there, too.
Yeah, I believe they're probably going to bring the ball at, I think it's a 25 or 35. I'm not 100% sure how they do that, but the ball did roll out of bounds.
The ball will be at the 35-yard line, dude.
Yep, want to thank the fans for tuning in, of course, and also give a shout out to our sponsors. Without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to be having these games on TV and online. So give a quick shout out to Basil Insurance, Integrity First Home Buyers, also SD Performance Training, and Prestige Motor Cars of York. As you can see, their contact information is at below at our lower third. That's running every 20, 30 seconds on the screen. Contact them for all your insurance needs, fitness needs.
Automobile, you may need to go, so you know, when you go to a game, you may need a vehicle to get there. Check out Prestige Motor, and you may need a house to live in, right? It would be nice with Integrity First Home Buyers. All bases covered here with sponsorships with Sports Shooting Stars do.
And pretty much all the sponsors have kids that are student athletes in some of the districts, from Central to Dallastown to York Catholic to York Suburban. So they're all around. So we really appreciate our sponsors and supporters for our program.
And we're back to action here. And a flag down on the play here. That may be coming back here. We'll await the word from the officials. There's Evan Smith with a carry, but we'll see what the call is on the field. First possession here in the second half for Hempfield. They're down by 7 with 4:06 to go. Central York 21, Hempfield 14. Reminder fans that Central will be on the road next week at Red Lion at Horn Field to take on the Lions. That penalty was against Hempfield. False start.
I have an update on the York High versus Coatesville game. York High is up 24, Coatesville 19. And I want to thank Aunt Vieira for all the updates that they have provided so far throughout this game. Thank you very much.
Thank the fans again for chiming in with updates from around the league. Adam Aker with the reception there out to about the 40-yard line. Bring up a third down for Hempfield.
And so far, Hempfield's quarterback, Cameron Harbaugh, has been very impressive to me. I mean, he's getting the balls out. He gets the ball out very cleanly. He looks down the field. He can run with the ball. He reminds me of, like I said, him and Bo both have the same characteristics. And I know the scout team for Central York this week were actually doing a lot of run plays because they knew that Cameron can run with the ball. Cameron Harbaugh is also getting some looks from a Division I. Butler
Has Butler lots of times for basketball fans. You think of them as the football program or basketball program, but he's got an offer for football.
And here he is again.
Ball deep downfield, overthrew his intended receiver. That was number 84. Remember, Tommy Minnick. Tommy Minnick.
And that was great defense from Kyer Falk all over Tommy Minnick for that play right there, and made that play unable for him to get the catch. And that brings up a 4th and 4 with 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Hey, Tommy Minnick had a touchdown earlier, a big touchdown catch. But right now it looks like Amir Manigault will be back to receive the punt. By Cameron Harbaugh, who will act as the punter now on this assignment. It was a 4th down and 4 ball on the 41-yard line. Oh, and a little bit of fumble there. Dude. And what field position. Now this sets up Central nicely. And a special team snafu here by Hempfield.
And that's another great play for Central York's special teams, who already have a touchdown today on a special team play. And now, again, they're all over the ball and giving their offense a great opportunity to go about 35 yards out to the touchdown. Within 10 or 12 yards, they're within field goal range. They don't no longer have Nick Basil, the big-time kicker, who's right now at St. Francis. I know he's tuning in tonight watching the game, but, you know, I would think around 35, 40-yard range is Nick Basil's his range for kicking field goals.
They have a freshman kicker, Matthew Parker. Now, according to Coach Adam Ogle, this kid's a player to keep an eye on. He's a freshman. So they're certainly in field goal position. But when you think of Central York, you think about 6 here. I mean, this high-powered offense led by Bo Prebola. But, you know, getting back to special teams, I think a lot of the fans may think about players and team offensively, defensively. But that third phase of the game, special teams, can really be a make-or-break situation for some games and some teams.
Yeah, even in the NFL, some players make a career on special teams. So, you know, special teams is a crucial part of the game. There's a big pass. Big-time play.
Catch there by Bo Prebola. And, boy, talk about threading the needle, to number 2, Amir Manigault. And just like that, this high-powered offense, it's incredible. And you can see Bo there just needling the pass there to his intended receiver for the touchdown.
I mean, that was an amazing play. I mean, even a better pass. I mean, great. I mean, Amir Medical didn't even have to break stride. I mean, he was running full speed. Who's probably their fastest player on the football team for Central York, and it hit him right in stride. That was a great pass. And even got to give a lot of credit to Bo Perbula as well, because, you know, a couple plays before, and he probably hears this every game, that, you know, the other fans are saying overrated or just getting in their grill about different things, and he keeps his poise, keeps his calm, and keeps threading the needle and keeps making big plays no matter what the other side is saying.
I can assure you now, here in the broad, we're not hearing that from the Hempfield fan base right now. A pretty quiet fan base for Hempfield right now. And on the other side, Central, pretty ecstatic right now with 2:26 to go and a 2-touchdown lead here over Hempfield. Kick is up and good by the freshman kicker. And just like that, again, your score, Central York 28, Hempfield 14.
And with 2:26 left to play.
And 2:26 remains here in the third quarter. And I tell you what, a big broadcast again with Central York. You mentioned earlier, I mean, Governor Mifflin and York High last week. We had a great matchup, and want to thank Dallastown for having us come in with that big game in Manheim Township. And want to remind our fans that are tuned in to check us out, our Facebook page, Sports Shooting Stars, for our next game. I believe we're going to have a full slate of games in the month of October, Going to maybe take a week or two off, rest the vocal cords a little bit, and be back for a full month of games starting in October.
Yeah, it should be a really good season this year. I know normally we film around about 5 to 6 football games per year. I think last year we had around 7 or 8. This year we'll probably have around 7 or 8. I mean, the schedule's always changing, so we want the fans, parents, the student athletes to tune into our Sports Shooting Stars Facebook page, and also our Instagram, where we're always updating and keeping things lively about what's going on in local and national sports.
And a big penalty here sets up. I mean, look at where Matthew Parker. Yeah.
Kick here. See if they can fumble the ball a little bit.
Forget about the squib kick. They're kicking a touchback there. It'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line for Hempfield with 2:26 to go and a 2-touchdown lead here for Central York. And as I reminded our fans earlier, Central York will travel to Red Lion next week to historic Horn Field to take on the Lions. Lions right now starting the season out 0-2 and not looking good in Chambersburg as they're getting throttled there in Chambersburg,
Yeah, Red Lions, they no longer have Devontae Dennis, the big-time wide receiver, or Randy Pfizer, the big-time quarterback. Well, he pretty much played every position for Red Lion as far as wide receiver, quarterback, cornerback. He did a little bit of everything. But, Red Lion might be going through a rebuilding year, so I'm not 100% sure. But they're always a team that can upset any team out there. We'll give a quick update on the Southwest versus New Oxford game. Southwest is up 14-0 over New Oxford. Battle of the unbeatens between Southwest and New Oxford. But right now, one of those teams has to come out with a victory.
Yeah, looking at some of the Division I teams in the league right now coming into week 2, I mean, Southwestern undefeated, Spring Grove also undefeated, and looking like they're handling Northern York. They could go to 3-0. Some teams that could be present some competition for this Central York Ball Club.
Yeah, every year, you have your favorites, but every year in the YIAA, any team can knock off either one of other teams as well. So, you got to keep an eye out. But York High, Central York is always, pretty much the teams to look out for every year. But don't sleep on Spring Grove. Southwestern's having a good year so far. So these teams are playing some really good football. And Dallastown really shocked a lot of people last week with the win over Manheim Township. There's Harbaugh scrambling, runs, and he has the legs for it.
And a first down as well for Cam Harbaugh, and making things happen now with his legs, and a new set of downs for the Hempfield Black Knights with 2:17 to go here in the third quarter,
And for Hempfield to stay in this game, it's very important for them to have some points on this drive. You can't get the ball back to Central York in the fourth quarter because it's going to pound the ball, run the ball, and probably get another score, and then go up by 3 scores. So right now, it's very important for Hempfield to keep getting first downs and keep driving the ball down the field in his last 2 minutes of the third quarter.
And down to the waning minutes here in the third quarter. And a quarterback keeper by Cam Harbaugh, hit hard there by Carter Glassmeyer in on the play. And Haven't called his name recently, but a big-time player on the defensive side for Central between Trenton Dunnick and Carter Glassmeyer. Bring up a 2nd down and 7 now for Hempfield.
And Carter Glassmeyer, as the outside linebacker, brings the boom. Number 10 for Central York. I mean, been featured so far in the York newspaper this week as well as being one of the top defensive players in the league. So keep an eye on number 10, Carter Glassmeyer. He's been doing it since the Patriot League as far as your rinky dinks. He's been doing it for a long time. He's the anchor on that Central York defensive squad. He's either on a tackle or he's an assistant to tackle. I mean, he's pretty much the quarterback of that defense for Central York.
Yeah, typically, your middle linebacker is the quarterback of the defense. We saw that, or I saw that last Saturday with Josiah Trotter with St. Joseph Prep. But and I know Central's no stranger to St. Joseph Prep. We were there at the sweetest place on earth last November. Temperatures were a little cooler that night compared to tonight. Although I must confess to my viewers here, Duke pulled the pool over here. A little chilly for Duke.
Absolutely, yeah. That game last year at Hershey Park, I mean, that stadium is beautiful. I mean, they did a great job, and I'm glad that every year the state championship is held at Hershey Park.
Yeah, it's convenient for those that live in the
Fumble. And I think Central York has recovered the ball, and that's going to be crucial.
They have, and a big-time turnover, too. And Hempfield kind of shooting themselves in the foot, no pun intended here, with these fumbles and turnovers.
Hempfield was actually doing a great job of driving the ball down the field, and I thought they had a good opportunity to get some points on the board. It's very crucial for them to have a score of some kind on that drive right there. Giving the ball back to Central at the 42-yard line is not what you want, and if they go up by 3 scores, I mean, that's going to take a lot of wind out of Hempfield.
No doubt about it, with this high-powered offense that Central York presents, led by their senior quarterback and Penn State commit Bo Parabola, back in shotgun formation. And they give to Johnny Walker up the middle, and a nice carry. And maybe right now, they're satisfied with another time-consuming drive, and that should be probably the final drive of the 3rd quarter here, as the 3rd quarter comes rather quickly to an end here, with your score, Central York 28, Hempfield 14.
Yeah, a lot of fans that that are watching Central York may think they see some kinks in the armor because a couple of teams that scored against Central York this year. Last year, Central York would have almost 35, 40 points for a team even scored any points on the board. But right now, Central's showing a lot of grit, showing that they can go back and forth with teams and still come out the victor and win by a couple of touchdowns, as they did against Exeter and also last week against Cumberland Valley. Absolutely, a 21-3 win, I believe, against Cumberland Valley.
1-3 win last week. And remember last year, they did not play any non-conference games. It was all league play. And I think at one point, Central York was averaging 52 points and giving up maybe 2 points a game last year. But this is a new team, a younger team here with Central. A lot of sophomores and juniors for Central. But they're not missing a beat because they're led by one of the top quarterbacks in the nation, Bo Parabola, as a difference maker.
Yeah, and a lot of fans last year with the run that Central York had in football, they wanted Central York to probably move up into the Mid-Penn division. Same thing that Gettysburg did. Gettysburg's moved up to the Mid-Penn division, I believe, next year. And, they wanted Central York and even York High maybe to go up to that Mid-Penn region and play against some more top-notch competition. And I believe that may happen. I don't know about this year or next year, but I believe that may happen because Central has a couple new transfers that came over on the freshman team, and they're looking to be a powerhouse in the next couple years.
For years to come. Yeah, no doubt about it. We're back to action here, and another running play by Johnny Walker. And you sense kind of Central maybe glad to have this running game in a time-consuming drive, dude.
And I'm wondering, number 6, Johnny Walker, they just take him out the game right now. I mean, he's pretty gimpy. I know he's a hard runner. He likes to play the game, but, when he gets up, he's really holding on to that leg, as you can see, the fans that's watching, number 6 right there in the backfield. Right now, Central York can just keep pounding the ball, get the ball to Joel Goff or Amir Manigault, and maybe give Johnny Walker a break.
And a quarterback keeper by Bo Parabola down the left side, and a hard hit there. But a nice run. Bo not shying away from contact there, as you can see. If he can't get it done with his arm, he gets it done with his legs. And that really presents, as I said earlier, presents a challenge for defenses. You go man-to-man, you cover everybody, and you kind of don't have anyone covering or following the quarterback, Bo Parabola, and he can cause some havoc back there in the backfield.
Yeah, and Bo doesn't have a lot of passes this game, but the passes that he does have are right on the money and they're touchdowns.
There's a run by Johnny Walker. Back to a time-consuming drive here, a 2-touchdown lead. And Bo Perbola, his older brother, played here at Central. As a matter of fact, Bo was a freshman when his brother was a senior, now at the University of Delaware. His father, Ted, played at Shippensburg, and his grandfather, the pedigree is there for Bo Perbola and the success.
Yeah, and I've been personally knowing their family for like the last 6 years. Very nice family, family-oriented. The daughter also goes to college. Cade's in college. Bo's on his way as well. And big shout out to the family. It takes a village to raise and get these guys to these high expectations that they reach. So want to give a shout out to the Perbula family and everything that they do for their organization and for their sons or for their children.
And to give to Johnny Walker a nice run up the middle down to near the 10-yard line with just over 10 minutes to go here in the fourth and final quarter.
And I don't know, Todd, this game compared to last week, this game is going right along. I think last week the game was about 2.5 hours long, and this game is this, few timeouts. I mean, they're out there playing, play-by-play, no timeouts. It's kind of this, letting the clock run and doing what they need to do.
Well, really, the momentum killer, I think, for Central to open the third quarter up with nearly over a 7-minute drive and a score, and now we're right here with just over 9.5 minutes to go here now in the fourth quarter. Both teams a full complement of timeouts, but Central threatening to score here again.
Definitely knocking on the door.
Spread offense.
And it looks like Central is content with being conservative. If they have to, they'll kick that field goal. If they have to, they get to the fourth down, and they don't get to the first down, and it becomes a fourth. I think they're content with using the freshman kicker to come in and Matthew Parker to come in and kick that field goal. And as we said about no timeouts, yeah, they still haven't called a timeout. I'm sorry, I thought that was a timeout for a second, but it looks like Central's in cruise control. They're content with being conservative with the ball, not having no turnovers, pounding the ball, going straight up the middle, and if they don't get that first down, expect them to kick a field goal.
Time clock down to 11 seconds. And a 3rd down and 1, ball on the 9-yard line of Hempfield. It's going to be a running play there to Joel's Goff, and that's a first down. Be a first down and goal, and a new set of downs now for Central. Move the chains.
And you kind of know right now the writing's on the wall right now for Central York versus Hempfield. Who's going to win this game? I mean, anything can happen, but right now it looks like
Joel's Goff with a 5-yard touchdown score, dude.
And that's very deserving for Joel's Goff. His first varsity touchdown score for Central York, number 26, Joel's Goff. Congratulations to him for his first touchdown score on the varsity level. The sophomore showed up big so far in this game and had a lot of hard runs and finally hit pay dirt.
And Matthew Parker on for the point after attempt. A freshman for Central. And the Central student body rather ecstatic as I hear them off in the distance there. Very happy with the performance of the Central York Panthers tonight with 8:19 to go. A timeout called by Central York. They're going to talk things over with head coach Gary Janczak. Comes into this game with a 2-0 record. Took his team last year in his first season to the state finals, as we mentioned, at Hershey Park Stadium. And it'll be neat this year there was a limited attendance and limited amount of fans allowed into the playoff games. Interesting to see a full house up at Hershey Park Stadium for those state playoff games in November. I have a feeling it'll be a little chillier if we make our way up to the sweetest place on earth in November.
And also got to keep a lookout. COVID's not over. There are some teams that are not playing this week because of COVID related issues in college and also in the high school area. So, even though we're back at full swing as far as having fans back in, that's a good extra point. But even though we're back into the swing of things, we're having fans back into the crowd and into the stands, COVID still has been an issue for some teams. Just for instance, there was a game between Harris.
Set to broadcast the game live tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Between Bishop McDevitt.
Yeah, I believe it was a Bishop McDevitt game versus Harrisburg, and that game got called up for COVID-related issues on the Bishop McDevitt side. So you know, that's still something that's been a factor, you know, throughout these sporting events. So you never know how things are going to happen. It happened in college as well. I know some kids they have to come home for quarantine because somebody in their class has COVID and they can't try out for basketball, or they have to take a week off for football. So, you know, COVID's still kicking us in the butt a little bit, but it's good to see a lot of fans back in the stands and the players back on the field and back on the court during basketball season.
Yeah, it certainly adds to the atmosphere coming out here for a broadcast. We had it in week 1 at York High, last week at Dallastown, and here at Central. Matthew Parker getting ready to tee it up here. A 3-touchdown lead for Central York. They're right now in cruise control over the Hempfield Black Knights with 8:19 to go here in the 4th and final quarter. With Sports Shooting Stars, Dew Jones, Todd Edwards. A little trickery there for Hempfield. And up the middle, number 3. And he's off to the races, Dew. Down the left sideline. He may be going 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown.
That's a big-time play and exactly what...
By Grant Hoover. And just like that, so much for a 3-touchdown lead here, Dew, with 8:02 to go.
I mean, it's been a tale to special teams so far. Central York has a special team touchdown and a fumble recovery. Now Hempfield has a special team kickoff return. So, you know, it's been a tale to special teams, and that's that third phase that you were talking about that you always want to tighten up and be efficient in.
Yeah, it oftentimes gets overlooked in the 3 phases of football because most kids want to play offense, defense, but you can really have an impact on special teams, whether it's running down punts as a gunner or maybe a kicker or punter. And just like that, Hempfield's
not ready to go home yet.
And the battle of the roses of sorts between the red and white roses here tonight.
Also have another score, Todd, for the fans that's tuning in. 39-7, Spring Grove over top of Northern York. York High 24, Coatesville 19. Any other scores, Todd?
Yeah, we'll pass some of the scores along here. Bermudian Springs 24, Susquehannock 14, Cannerdale 44, Biglerville 0, Chambersburg 21, Red Lions 7. As I mentioned, my broadcast partner mentioned it, York High 24, Coatesville 19. Big back and forth matchup there in Coatesville. Gettysburg 28, Waynesboro 27. Dallastown 20, Hershey Trojans 6 in the 4th quarter. Southwestern 14, New Oxford 7. Spring Grove all over Northern York 39-7 in the 4th quarter. Penn Manor 14, Northeastern 9. Shippensburg 41, Dover 13. And York Catholic 28, York Suburban 7. And we're back to action here at Central York. Ooh, and a big time hit on Amir Manigault there by number 12. That's Stephen Catch.
Yeah, that was a nice play from Stephen Catch. He actually blocked the blocker right into Amir Manigault and made the play.
Well, this brings out the Central York offense again, Dew, and just like that, we'll see what they can do with 7:58 to go here in the 4th and final quarter.
Well, you expect Central to run the ball, waste some time off the clock, just have no turnovers. That's the key for Central York right now. No turnovers, and they'll be okay and secure this win.
And that may be the key to this game, the turnover battle. And, of course, Hempfield's had a few of them tonight, which have been somewhat costly, and still a 2-touchdown lead for Central.
And as you can see, Hempfield can score plays. They have playmakers all across the field. So it'd be in Central York's best interest is to pound the ball, waste as many seconds off the clock as you can. It's only 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this game. So just keep pounding the ball, keep wasting time off the clock, get first downs, and walk away with a victory at home.
And another running play there for Central York. Amir Manigault on the run.
Caught that big-time catch.
And again, Bo just needled that pass. I mean, and being elevated as we are, you can really see the plays develop. And I love being on the sidelines, but there's something about being elevated and seeing some of these pass plays develop. It's a thing of beauty, and Bo makes it look easy each and every game here for Central York. And a quarterback keeper by Bo Perbula. Up past the 30, he's just going to fall down content there. A pickup, a first down pickup, and a new set of downs, moving the chains for Central York, and stays inbound. A smart play by him. Did you notice he kind of fell down inbounds to keep the clock running?
Yeah, and that's his football IQ. That's a great job from Bo Perbula to not go out of bounds, keep wasting that clock, just let the time go down. And I also want to give a shout out to Hempfield secondary. They did a great job so far this game. I don't think they should walk away feeling with their head down at all. They did a great job locking up a lot of the Central York receivers, even though Bo has been threading the needle and getting the ball where he needs to have it to, when he needs to. But, you know, overall, Hempfield secondary has been doing a great job locking up Central York's wide receivers.
And we're back to action here. A running play there for Central York. And he breaks out. Dude, I thought he was down, but he wasn't. That's Jules Goff, the sophomore you mentioned, for Central York with another effective run.
Yeah, and that second effort there got him another 3 yards. So that's a great run from Joel's Goff. And he's probably still hyped up from that last touchdown. When he went over to the sideline, you can tell his teammates were really excited for him to get his first touchdown at the varsity level, because he is going to be the featured back next year for Central York.
And Bo's going to be graduating early here from Central in December to enroll early at Penn State for the spring semester starting in January. That was Jules Goff with another run. David Palpelli with the tackle there on Jules Goff. And it seems as if Hempfield's kind of zoning in now on the run. Maybe a nice time to maybe dial things up a little bit here for Central York. It brings up a 3rd down and 7, ball on the 35-yard line for Central York, too.
Yeah, it would be nice to see like a play-action play with Bo Perbula, because they are expecting the run play. So he could go deep. But then again, Hempfield secondary has been great all night.
And there's a passing catch. To number 4, that's Trayshawn Smith.
I thought Trayshawn Smith almost dropped the ball just now, but I think he wiggled it a little bit, but bobbled it and then caught the ball. And now it is 4th and 1, and you wonder what Central York is going to do at their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, own 42-yard line with just over 4 minutes to go. They may run the clock down a little bit here. They do have 2 timeouts remaining, and Bo Perbula is the punter for this team as well. And they may be content to let the clock run down and call a timeout here or do, and think things over here with head coach Gary Yonchak. And they're going to do just that right now. That'll take them down to 1 timeout Central with 3:48 to go. Central York 35, Hempfield 21. Do?
Yeah, and if I was Central York, if I was Coach Y, I think I would kick the ball. Central York's defense has been doing a really good job in the second half. The secondary kind of gave up that big touchdown, so they had an opportunity to get some points on the board. But for the most part, Central York's defense has been pitching a shutout so far in the second half. I mean, they scored 14 points in the first half, but the second half they've been really stout, the defense. And I'll put it back on my defense to make another stop and put them back at their 20 or 30-yard line. And then again, here's the other option. You may not want to kick the ball because you may have another punt return, on this possession. So you got to be very careful for how you do this. Do you want to give the ball back to Hempfield, or do you trust your guys to get you 1 yard and really to seal the deal for this game?
We're going to find out here. We're seconds away from it here. Still in timeout here. Central York with 1 remaining. Again, 3:48 to go. Want to give special thanks to our sponsors tonight, Basil Insurance, Integrity First Home Buyers, S3 Performance Training, and Prestige Motor Cars of York. You can see all their information on the bottom of our screen. And it looks like, they're lined up. They brought their offense out. And it is a quarterback keeper and a big push up the line. And that's a first down, And a new set of downs. Move the chains for Central York.
just got another update. York High 24, Coatesville 25 with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Southwestern 14-7 over New Oxford. York Catholic 28-7 over York Suburban. And York Suburban's having a really tough year this year. They had a lot of talent that transferred and went other places. Camden Brewer, their former quarterback, Kenny Johnson's at Dallastown, and some other guys that graduated. So I believe they're in their recovering stage as far as rebuilding over at York Suburban.
Hobbling off the field. The offensive lineman looked a bit hurt on that running play, but we're just over 3 minutes to go here. Central York in cruise control right now. And there's under 3 minutes to go. And you got to believe Central York's kind of content to continue to run the clock out here a little bit with, again, 2:56 to go.
Yeah, there was a lot of big plays so far in this game. Not a whole lot of big plays, but it has been some nice plays this game. And we want the fans to tune in on the YouTube chat and let us know who you believe the player of the game should be. It doesn't have to just be one player. It can be more than one player. But let us know who you think the player of the game should be. Right now, if I had to, cast my vote, it definitely would be Bo Perbula and also Amir Manigault and also Carter Glassmeyer on the defensive end. They've been doing a great job of, anchoring this team and willing them to a victory. But we want the fans to figure out what you think is going to be the player of the game of this game. And let us know on the YouTube chat. And stay posted for a post-game interview with the player of the game and the winning coach.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to the winning coach. I know last week when we were up at Dallastown, unable to get the coach of Dallastown, they were rather jubilant after their big win last week over Manheim Township. But tonight is Central a 2-touchdown lead right now with 2:59 to go. Hempfield took a timeout. They're down to 2 timeouts remaining. And another running play. And it's going to be their Hempfield's second timeout. That'll leave each team with 1 timeout remaining with 2:51 to go. Managing the clock a little bit, Hempfield right now with Coach Egger, trying to get that ball back in time, and time may be of the essence here with 2:51 to go for Hempfield. Again, want to make mention of our sponsors tonight. Thank our 4 sponsors for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Basil Insurance here in York, Integrity First Home Buyers, S3 Performance Training, and Prestige Motor Cars of York, all sponsors. Sport Shooting Stars. We're season-long sponsors. And, of course, we want to remind the fans that are tuned in, we're going to have a busy month of October. We're going to step away for a couple weeks, but we're going to be back in the month of October with, I believe it's going to be a full 5-game slate, culminating with a big matchup at the end of the month of October between York High right here at Central York, dude.
Yeah, it should be a really good game. And also want to give a quick shout-out to everybody that's viewing the game tonight. We had over 300 live views on the YouTube chat, so thanks a lot for tuning into this game.
Bo Perbula with a quarterback keeper, not much there on that run, but it would appear to be Hempfield's going to use their 3rd and final timeout. With 2:42 to go, it'll be 4th down, looks like 4th down and 7. It would appear on the surface, too, that this would be a punting situation here with 2:42 to go. And now a bit of a field position game. Flip the field a little bit and let Hempfield go the distance, or attempt to go to the distance with no timeouts and about 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, Central's facing that another 4th down in the 4th quarter with only a few minutes left to go. Now it's 4th and 7, and you would think they would probably punt the ball, but you never know. Bo's out there, looks like he's in punt. Number 1 looks like he's in punt position, but you never know how they might do this.
You oftentimes think of Bo being your punter and quarterback. You ever think about a possible fake? And he's capable of doing that, and we haven't really seen them dial that up. But you have to wonder, with his abilities back there, it could be a play that you could see every now and then you could pull out of your pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a dual threat. Like you said again, he can throw the ball, he can run the ball. So, you really have to keep an eye on him and always expect a fake just in case.
And Bo's back in punting formation now with 2:42 to go. A 2-score lead for Central York, 35-21 over Hempfield. Foot in the ball, a high punt. And kind of kicked it out of bounds there. And it looks like the ball will be set at about the 25-yard line of Hempfield with 2:35 to go. No timeouts for the Black Knights against the Panthers here.
Now, unless the Black Knights can perform some type of miracle, Central York should be able to win this game. But they have a quick score and maybe an onside kick. You never know what can happen. I've seen stranger things happen.
We have seen it in the sport of football, and never say never here. And we want to remind the fans to stay tuned to our broadcast. We'll be having post-game coverage with interviews, the player of the game. Ham Harbaugh with a quarterback keeper and hit hard. What a tackle there by Carter Glassmeyer, number 10, dude. We heard that the whole way up here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, that was a hard hit. And like I said, that's what Carter Glassmeyer brings to the table. He's going to give you hard hits as an outside linebacker, and he's always watching the quarterback. So keep an eye on number 10, Carter Glassmeyer.
Ham Harbaugh back in. Intercepted, picked off. Dude, that's a pick six. He's gone. Just like that. Kyer Fulp with a pick six, number 7, and that will seal the deal for Central York.
It looks like there's a flag on the field.
A flag down. We're awaiting word. Illegal block in the back there, do.
That may be coming back.
But what a play, do.
Great defensive play.
No doubt about it. And it's coming back. Ball will be set up at the 30-yard line of Hempfield with 2:02 to go.
After the interception.
So the play's coming back, but the possession belongs to Central.
Yeah, and that was a great play from Kyer Fulp, and that's one of those kids who really waited his time. He's a senior this year. Didn't get a whole lot of time the years before, but he's always been on the team, giving good energy out there and being a good teammate. And now he finally hit pay dirt, and he had a chance to run the ball in. Even though it got called back, that's still a great momentum for him moving forward in that position, because like I said, he's one of those kids who waited his turn, and this is his senior year for him to shine and do what he needs to do.
No doubt about it. As they get ready for league play starting next week, again, I mentioned Central York will be traveling to Hornfield to take on the Lions. Jules Goff with the carry, and the clock continues to run. Hempfield cannot really do anything right now in terms of stopping the clock. They have no timeouts remaining, do.
Yeah, and that's a lot of credit for Central York. They went out of conference and went 3-0. So now they're going inside their conference, and they should have a lot of confidence against teams that they normally see throughout the year.
And we're back to action here. Central content to pound the ball right now. And yep, we're just over a minute to go here. Your score, Central York 35. Hempfield 21. Looks like number 9, Trenton Dunnick, going to make his way in here for the offense on the offensive side. Used to calling his name on the defensive side.
Yeah, we're getting some of the fans that tuning in right now for a player of the game. They're saying Manny, Amir Manigault, Bo Perbula, and also Carter Glassmeyer. That's some of the names that we're hearing, and we don't mind giving those player of the game accolades to all 3 of those players, because they definitely were on both sides of the ball and helped secure this win for Central York, who goes 3-0 out of conference and now ready to battle in the YIAA.
Ready for league play starting next week against Redline. That should be the final play. Bo needed, and with that being said, your final score, Central York 35, Hempfield 21. big game here tonight in front of the home crowd for Central York, their first home game, and an impressive win by Central. We're going to try to make our way down amongst the fans, and catch some interviews with some of the players.
35, Hempfield, 21. Thank you all for coming. Have a pleasant rest of your weekend, and drive safe on the way home.
As the players line up at midfield to exchange handshakes, it was a fun and entertaining game, Another good one that we had a chance to broadcast tonight from Central York.
And I think Central York did a great job of, pulling out these gritty games. Again, when they won against Exeter, they won against Cumberland Valley, these are teams that score points on them, but Central showed that they can take a punch and keep on rolling. And that's going to be really good, especially last year. And again, they went almost the whole season without anybody, with no one scoring any touchdowns on them. This year, teams are scoring touchdowns on them, but they're still a good enough team, or let's say a great team, where they can bounce back and still put points on the board and score, and win these gritty games like we've seen tonight. And big shout out to Hempfield. They came in here on a hostile environment. It gets a state-ranked team like Central York. They put up a great fight. The the special teams look really good tonight. Their cornerbacks look excellent. They really did shut down a lot of the Central York wide receivers. But again, it was just too much. Bo Perbula, Amir Manigault, and also Carter, Joel's Golf, the sophomore, Trent Dunning.
And it was on display all three phases tonight: offense, defense, and special teams. Central going to be a tough team to knock out here in Division I YIAA, and it starts for them next week at Red Line.
Yeah, and I also want to give a good quick shout out to also Kyer Fulp. He did a great job getting that interception towards the last two and a half minutes of the game that really stopped any momentum that Hempfield may have had. So good shout out to all the players, and as you can see them now, they're down there doing their rendition of the school.
Like a lot of colleges do.
Absolutely.
Band here at Central York. We
The school song.
Way down to the field, Why don't we do that? Todd Edwards down here on the field now. Made my way from the broadcast booth down to the field here. We hope to get some interviews with the players of the games. As you can see, Coach Gary Janczek on the field addressing his team after a big win here. 2-touchdown lead for Central and a big win tonight over the Hempfield Black Knights. It's Todd Edwards, my broadcast partner, Dude Jones, making his way down through the crowd here as they have assembled, and the team is just over my shoulder. They're listening right now to Coach Gary Janczek. A big win, 3-0 for this ball club. I see my crew RBs down here, our stat runner, and we'll get some interviews, we'll get some pictures, and we'll bring you some more action as Gary Janczek is talking to his team. A big win tonight in league play. As I mentioned, Central York will be making their way to Red Lion next week to take on the Lions at Hempfield. And again, your score tonight, Central York 35, Hempfield 21. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. It's Todd Edwards, my broadcast partner, Dew Jones. Dew, we're down here. Familiar territory for us, Dew, right?
Yeah, for sure. We're back down here at the Central York Stadium, and, you know, it's good to be back.
And the fans are here. I mean, they're lined up ready to see these players as Coach Gary Janczek is addressing the team. Our camera operator, I want to give a big shout out to Belinda Morales. She did it again, and it was a great effort tonight by everyone. You, our stat runner RB, who's involved, and Belinda Morales, and the fans for tuning in each and every night to Sports Shooting Stars. And again, we're going to await a word here with the players of the game. Dew, you mentioned the players of the game earlier. Remind the fans a little bit of who our players of the game are tonight.
Well, the fans voted for the player of the game was Amir Manigault, Bo Perbula, and also Carter Glassmeyer. And their family's sitting here waiting to talk to them as well. But we're going to give them some TV time so, you know, they can talk a little bit about the game. And you always ask great questions, Todd. So I know.
Well, we're going to attempt to do this again, but again, dressing the team, and we're in between the staff here, setting up, tearing down. This is what happens when you go live. I really enjoy that element of being live, not taped, not edited. Everything's live, and the cameras are rolling as the fans are here. And the team is over my shoulder, and a big win. Dew, where do you see this Central? Do you see any teams in this league competing and possibly knocking off this Central York ball club?
Well, I believe every team, almost every team, can compete with Central York, but who can win? I mean, that's still yet to be seen because Central York have shown that they can take a punch and keep it rolling. I mean, like I said, I have yet. Last year, we didn't see teams score 21 points against Central York, and this year we have, and Central York still pulled out the win. So it should be really interesting to see, you know, how they play moving forward.
No doubt about it. It's been great. I want to thank the athletic director, Marty Trimmer, who's going to be retiring from Central York. It's been very inviting for us to be here each and every game and come out, and a tip of the hat to Marty Trimmer for allowing us to come in here and broadcast. Not just football games, but we do basketball games as well, Dew.
Yeah. Big shout out to Marty Trimmer, the AD, the athletic director at Central York. He was the first athletic director that allowed us to come in and film when we first started back in 2017. And I think he's been in the school district for like 40 years now.
Well, he coached basketball here, a long-time coach and teacher and administrator. And wrapping things up this year with Central York, Marty Trimmer. I want to give a shout-out to Marty Trimmer and the fans for tuning in and here supporting us.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to try to get a quick post-game interview. I know the parents are waiting to talk to their players, so here it is.
Here it is. We're going to try to break as these guys are going to make their way back. But it was a big win tonight by Central York. I hope to talk to you. Good job. Bo, can you come on over here? I mean, you seem to be a regular with our – you seem to be a regular. We're going to get Carter, but your thoughts heading into tonight, a big game tonight, your thoughts on tonight's performance?
Yeah, I thought we opened up pretty well. We had some momentum, and then we sizzled out a little bit. But we picked up in the second half. The offensive line did a phenomenal job in the second half, controlling the clock and controlling the run game. And overall, win's a win, and we're 3-0, and that's all that matters.
No doubt about it. A time-consuming drive to start that third quarter over at nearly 7 minutes, and you needled that pass in the end zone. Talk to the viewers a little bit about what went into that pass and catch there. It was a beautiful pass. I mean, just to see it from the skybox there.
Yeah, well, when the offensive line can control the line of scrimmage, and that draws up the defenders. So if we can get one-on-one like we did, it makes it easy if the other line can protect, and if the safeties are coming up to try to supplement for the run, it's easy just to get behind them.
No doubt about it. Well, let me talk to some of your other players here. I mean, these guys contributed big time. Big win tonight. Your thoughts about the win tonight?
I don't got no thoughts about the win.
No thoughts? I mean, you're live. I mean, you're on Sports Shooting Stars. Family and friends could be seeing you, and nothing. You have.
It feels good to be 3-0 out of league. We got league coming up next week, so we're going defeated and we're going to playoffs. So it's the next goal right now.
A lot of tackles for you and a lot of hard hits. I mean, we heard it up at the press box. I mean, talk to the viewers a little bit about what goes in on. I mean, your hits, hard hits.
I just love hitting people. Love playing football. Playing football since first grade, so it's always been my favorite sport.
No doubt about it, and let's get it straight. You're on to Red Lion next week at Hempfield. Your thoughts against Red Lion. First league play next week.
It's going to be a good game. It's always good. It's a fun time going there. I mean, it's a big stadium. big crowd, and they always love to give us their best game, so it's going to be a good one.
Okay, great. And let's get a picture with all you guys here, players of the game. We're going to get a picture here with everybody. These are our players. Good luck, guys. Stay healthy. All the best, gentlemen. Thank you. Keep hard hitting, buddy. Great to see it. Good.
Of course, I got you. He's trying to get all the Penn State guys, man.
I got Nick. I got Anthony.
Yeah, let's get in here with Bo real quick. Real one. We got it, man. All the best, Bo Perbola. Again, all the best to Bo. And this has been a great. We can get Coach Janchek in here. Why don't we get Coach Janchek in here as well? He looks busy with Carrie. We might as well make it a big event here. We'll get Gary Janchek.
Hey, how you doing?
Coach, can we get you for a minute? Coach Gary Janchek, Todd Edwards, Dude Jones. You're with the camera, you're on live. It'll be our final interview tonight. Okay. Your thoughts about this win tonight over Hempfield?
Really, really happy with our play up front of our offensive line. Went in the locker room. I said, we got to be able to run the football. It's there. And sometimes when you have a guy like Bo, you want to be able to throw it all the time, and it gets to be too cute. You got to win, And I thought that's going to be our key to victory this half is running the football. And special teams, how well they stepped up tonight. Block punt for a touchdown. Another one because it looked like we were coming under pressure. Drops the ball. Another huge momentum. They got us on a heck of a play off the reverse.
They did.
We almost had a tackle, but the kid was really explosive, and you got hats off to them.
And to start the third quarter with that time-consuming drive over 7 minutes, and to see
ground raid. We had almost an 8-minute drive, and that's awesome to be able to do that. And it really sets the tone, tires out their defense, builds confidence with our young line. So I'm really happy that that's how we, went forward with this.
What's next? Red Lion, Hornfield next week. Your thoughts heading into league play?
Just wanted to get through the preseason. I call preseason out of league season, I better put. In terms of coming out of it healthy as we can be. And then, now we got a goal. We got a goal to try to win the third one in a row if we can. There's great talent. These guys said they played Dallas, and I said, Coach, they're really good. And I said, I got you. So we got Dallas talented, super. York's super talented. Spring Grove. So it'll be a great division race this year because the league is up. So I'm hoping that our young guys can meet and rise up to the challenge.
We're looking forward to it, Coach. Good luck, all the best, and any comments from your end?
Well, I know you guys are really excited when Joel's Golf had an opportunity to score that touchdown. I saw everybody on the sideline. So tell me a little bit about your young guys on your team, and Joel's in particular. We know about Bo, we know about Manny, we know about Trey Sean, we definitely know about Carter. So tell me a little bit about your younger guys, because there's a lot of people that want to come over to Central and play for a guy like you.
Joel's is a special talent, as is Johnny, and both of those kids are very unselfish. I mean, they'll do whatever they got to do, and they're building up for each other. So, Joel's, he really ran with confidence, ran hard, as Johnny did. I mean, if it was like having 1A or one co-ones or whatever. So that's a great thing for our team. Johnny took a helmet to the elbow or something, and he got banged up. But Joel's it seemed like after every carry, he got more confidence. They're both special talents. So hopefully we just get better with them. And if our run game can be that good, it's going to open up our pass game even more because then we can't hold back on that.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to give you a congratulations on going 3-0 out of conference, and get ready for the YIAA, and good luck. All right, see you later. Yep.
All the best. Court Shooting Stars, Todd Edwards, Dude Jones, Coach Janchek, and what a way to wrap it. I know our producer up there, Belinda, keeps telling us to look at the camera. Well, we're excited to some of these players, and it's like that Christmas feel, or new energy feel for us being out here and doing what we do and enjoy each and every game. We're going to take a little bit of a break, but we'll be back in the month of October, all ready to go with Sports Shooting Stars.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check us out on Sports Shooting Stars on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. We're also on Twitter. Like I said, we're just growing the fan base. We're getting more people involved. We're featuring a lot of different teams. We appreciate all the support. If you want to be a sponsor, contact us. Hit us up on the inbox or look at the lower third to show you how you can contact us if you want to be a sponsor or if you want to volunteer and be a part of the program. We're always open to student athletes or any athlete or any student to come by and want to hang out and help us out. So we really appreciate it. But tonight, that's a wrap from Central Field, and 35-21, Central pulled a great win over Hempfield, and shout out to Hempfield. They did a great job coming in, as we said before, under a hostile environment, like a team like Central York, and they put up 21 points and played really hard. But Central was just too much towards the end.
No doubt about it. It was a great game, and we'll take a little bit of a break, like I said, over the course of the next couple weeks, rest our vocal cords, and be back in the month of October with some big games. Dew Jones, Todd Edwards, thank you, fans. Thank you, the sponsors, for tuning in and supporting us, and we'll see you rather quickly. Sleep fast.
Oh, quick shout out to our producer, Cliff Kern. Thanks for everything you do, Cliff, behind the scenes, making sure everything's running right, and thanks for everybody tuning in.
Thank you, and have a good night.